the next bookcase?
I'm not worried about that.
It's 25 minutes further down. Have it on there?
We are in Huntsville. It is 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Kind of trying to find our way back.
Found it?
Nope. This is only taking us under 45. Maybe there's a U-turn I gotta do over here. So we are in Huntsville. We came to visit the Sam Houston statue, which we've never visited for decades and decades. We passed by.
Turn right to...
Turn right?
Yeah, the next street.
Okay.
Next entrance.
Is it this one coming up?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's
Yes?
right here. It's gonna make us go back.
Okay. So, like I was saying, we've never stopped. And so we've been learning a little bit about Sam Houston himself, the man, and decided, well, you know, let's go visit the statue. Turns out his house, his property, his farm is still in existence. It is here in Huntsville. This is where he retired. And we didn't get to visit today because obviously it got dark. We got out here too late. It is 6 p.m. January 2019. Slow thing, children. So right now we're in the back streets trying to find our way back to 45. The area there by the statue is under construction. So, and us...
You're gonna turn right on Sam Houston Avenue.
Us never really stopped here in the town. We've been out here because we came out here to see some land 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Well, I think it's straight.
Straight?
Yeah.
But other than that, we didn't come. Now, as we were leaving
Oh no, yeah, so it's the dead end.
the statue visitor center, is that a four-way stop? Really? No, it's not. So, as we were leaving the statue, the visitor center, we also saw the prison museum. So we wanna, next time we're gonna stop there and check that out. We also drove by the prison. Pretty sad area to be at for a lot of families of Texas who have loved ones put aside for now in those premises.
Turn right onto the ground.
Here.
I think so. Yeah, it's because
We're gonna try this, even though I don't have a good feeling about this.
Yeah, it was.
This is 45?
Yeah, it's gonna take us to 45.
Oh, take us to 45. Oh, this is the highway we were coming on. No? No, maybe not.
This is kind of going to merge a little into 45.
Onto 45. Okay. All right.
Left lane.
Left lane. Move over to the left. No cars on the right. Yep, I see the signs.
Got it?
Yes. We're going south to Houston. Yay. All right. So, like I said earlier, technology will get you out of here if you know how to use it and if you're a little patient with it. Okay, so to our left is going to be the statue because obviously we're going towards Houston coming from the north. sure I get it. I am recording with a new camera because I wanted to get every little bit for anybody that is interested in watching this type of videos like I was this past couple of days. We did a little walk around of the visitor center to show people what it's like and how you're treated as you walk into the visitor center. So, but that's going to be added as a separate video. And right here I'm looking for the statue. Here's the prison. Right here we're going past the prison. The prison is on the left also. I believe this is a stop, a rest stop, or another visitor center. No, that's a neighborhood. Sorry. Nice entrance to a neighborhood that made me think it was a historical site. We should be coming up to the statue here on the left. And I think I see it. Yes, right there. So there's a statue by night. Look at that beautiful statue. Beautiful work of art. And a very, very cool historic man. Who actually ended up being, I like the way they put it on one of these videos that I saw, documentaries. He was a president of a foreign country. He was a president of a foreign country, Texas, because Texas was its own country at one point in 1836 when they won Texas from Mexico. So that's the story behind this man. Sam Houston came down to Texas to be the general of the army that was going to fight Santa Anna. So Stephen F. Austin started the colonization, the population of this area, which is the Houston area, San Jacinto, and so he came down here and in early 1800s, came down here, got permission from the Mexican government to settle and bring 300 families to Texas from the United States. And so he got the permission, he got all that. He was an impresario. An impresario was a person that did that kind of formed a city, formed a populated area, and organized the government. And so Stephen F. Austin did all that, took care of all that. But then the Mexican government, Santa Anna, got pretty pissed off, pretty mad that the Texians were not listening to his government. One of the big things was slavery. The Mexican government did not accept slavery, and the Texians that came, the Texians families, brought their slaves. And so, and then not only that, but they also started coming by bigger and bigger groups. And so, yeah, the Mexican government got worried, and they came down here to try to straighten everything out. And turns out they found some resistance. The Texans, families and people of Texas were trying to kind of separate themselves from a Mexican government, a government that was very, very far away and never really on this land. And so Santa Anna moved his army into Texas, went down to San Antonio area, and that's where he killed everyone there at the Alamo. Later on, he moved down to Goliad, and right there he killed a bunch of Texians. And then he moved down here to the Houston area, and this is where Sam Houston finished organizing his army. And when and around this time, as the sun is coming down and the Mexican soldiers were already in their underwear drinking coffee by the water, by the San Jacinto River or Buffalo Bayou, the Texians and Sam Houston come around and pretty much killed everybody that they could get their hands on. They did get a bunch of soldiers alive, and they later on, about a mile away from that where the war happened, that fight, they found Santa Anna dressed as a regular soldier on a horse. And we went to that site. It's right there by Federal Road in Pasadena, over the Buffalo Bayou. It's the spot where they found him. They took him back to Sam Houston. Sam Houston was injured during the war from falling from his horse, being killed and falling from a dead horse. They finally got Santa Anna to sign the agreement that he was going to leave Texas, cross the Rio Grande, and never come back. And that's how they got Texas. And at that point, they were an independent country in 1836. This area was a different country. You had Mexico, then Texas, and then the United States. At one point also, Sam Houston was president of this country, Texas. So very historic man. It is believed that the statue that we visited today is one of the biggest statues of a hero here in Texas. So pretty big. It is big. It's 67 feet tall. This 18-wheeler in front of us is about 53 feet long, and the statue is longer than this 18-wheeler. So pretty much you cannot carry that statue on an 18-wheeler. It's way too big. 67 feet. 67 feet is the length of about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Suburbans, 5 Chevy Suburbans. That's how long it is. So we're driving into Houston from Huntsville on 45 North. It looks like this camera is doing pretty good at night. I'm liking it so far. I don't know what the battery life is going to be, but I brought an extra battery and I have my phone for backup. I flew the drone over the statue, or by the statue. I ended up flying the little Spark, DJI Spark. But when we went into the visitor center, I forgot the remote control. I walked in there with the drone in my hand. It looks like the size of a Bible or a handgun, the little case. Had it in my hand. The ladies were kind of staring at me because Aaron, hold on. It's state property, so you cannot walk in there with a handgun, even if you have permission or permit. So obviously I know that, and I don't know what the ladies thought, but I had this black case in my hand. I was simply gonna explain to them that it was a camera, because it is. You know, everybody calls them drones, and everybody thinks about flying and all this and that, but it's really a camera that floats in the air, that flies. You control it. So as I was saying, I forgot the remote for this drone, for this camera. But I remember that the beautiful thing about the DJI Spark, other than being so little and powerful, like I said, I had it in my hand. Walked into a state park with state property with a drone in my hand, and they didn't know what it was because the case is so small. But what I was saying is that I forgot once we got to the statue, I forgot the remote control, but I remembered that the beautiful thing about this DJI Spark is that I could fly it with my phone, guys. With my touchscreen smartphone, I can fly this drone. Turns out, I did. It worked. But I had a problem. And I think the problem is just that it was the first time I used it. I didn't know how to use the controls on my phone. But when I was trying to land it, it completely ignored me. And that's it. I did not know how to land the drone. There was a family there. I was gonna go over there and offer them to record and take some video of them, but I ended up kind of nervous that there was people there, my kids were around, and there's this drone stuck in the air. It's just stuck in the air. Now, it's not really high, it's only a few inches off the ground, but it is powerful. It can hurt someone. And it's just stuck in the air. And I don't know what to do. I even used my own phone to try to search and see what I could do to land this drone. This drone was literally stuck. It was stuck in the air. And how did I fix the problem? I simply let the battery drain. Good thing is that these small drones, the battery drains in 15 minutes. I have 3 batteries I carry with it. And of course I end up not flying anymore because I was kind of nervous about the whole situation. But I let the battery drain, so it sat there for about a little over 5 minutes, just hovering in one spot. Now I was away from the people, so nobody was in danger, but it got me a little upset. But again, I think it's just me. I mean, right now I don't know how to land the drone with my phone. I thought it was as easy as the controls. You simply press the joystick down, you push it down and hold it. The drone detects the ground, and then it slowly descends and lands. That's how I land all my drones. It's simple. So I figured, since I learned how to use the touchscreen controls, that it would be easy to just simply press the touchscreen and tell it to go down and hold it down. Well, it didn't work. And I got nothing but warnings and this and that. Battery is draining, I'm losing power, it's gonna land, and I'm like, I want it to land. But it went smooth. It did not go to its home position and landed. It landed where it sat, which is good. I actually brought it to that spot when it was still under my control. I brought it to an open field just in case it was gonna act crazy, which it didn't. It went to the spot where I left it. The only problem was that it would not land. It just hovered in that spot I left it at. But then it completely ignored me after that. It would not go up, it would not go forward. It was just over. It was done. No more listening to me. I didn't like that. Now, I had heard that whenever you control drones with your smartphone, it is not a smart thing to do. So that's exactly what happened to me. Not a smart thing to do. Fly a drone with a touchscreen phone. But it was an emergency. I could not walk all the way back to the parking lot. I could have, but then it was going to look a little suspicious, and the people were probably going to ask me, what are you doing? Why are you going back and forth? Like I said, they were already a little nervous that I carried a black case in my hand, in one hand. And it is exactly the size of a book. It is like carrying a book. They were already nervous. This is Willis. I hope the footage looks really good. From what I can see, it looks really good. It's really bright. If this works, this is the camera we're going to use for recording at night. Because so far, it looks awesome. Again, this is Willis, Texas. We're on 45 South. We're headed south towards Houston. Downtown Houston, all the way to downtown. Several people have been wanting to watch a video like this. I know you probably wanted a day video, which is what I had planned, but it got late. Where's the Buc-ee's? Did y'all investigate?
Oh, that was 30 minutes past that way.
Oh. We thought there was a... No, there's no Buc-ee's here from Huntsville to Houston. There's one on 45, but it's past Huntsville, you said?
Huh?
Is it past Huntsville?
Yeah, past.
When you're going north?
30 minutes that way up north.
Alright, so we've been on the road about 22 minutes. When we passed through here, several cars pulled over here. Maybe it was an accident. Yeah. No, I just turned it on. Alright, that camera stopped recording at about 22 minutes. I think it's a setting. There is a setting where you can tell it what the maximum amount of footage it can do before it stops and builds another clip. Well, it didn't start another clip, it just stopped recording. Right now, I don't know what my battery level is. If I can do 30 minutes on this battery, I'll do the other 30 minutes on the other battery and we'll be fine. We'll be in Houston. But if not, there's other cameras, so no worries. We're not going to lose footage. But as I was saying, it might have been me. I might have pressed the button accidentally. As I was saying, we drove by here during the day on the other video. going from Houston to Huntsville. And man, this area here is so peaceful. Once you get past Conroe, once you leave Conroe, that's where the relaxation begins. I love driving out in the hill country. Love it. Love it. I love Texas. I love Sam Houston for fighting for independence of this area. The Mexican government was actually Spain's government almost. It was not the real Mexican government yet. But yeah, they had won their independence from Spain, but what I'm saying is a lot of them were Spaniards. And yes, baby, we're just driving to Houston, to downtown Houston. You're hungry? Okay, we might stop on the way. We're gonna look for somewhere to eat, okay?
Joseph, can delete stories from Instagram?
Huh?
Can delete
Nuggets?
pieces of clips from Instagram?
Okay.
I can. How do I delete whether? No, but I don't want to delete them. It doesn't delete them. Well, I gotta click on the one I want to delete? Yeah. Okay, so let's just say this one.
Oh, yeah. So, Texas, down here in the South in 1836, when the war happened, owning slaves was permitted, and Sam Houston himself had some slaves. But he was one of those people that did not actually treat them as slaves, more like his workers, but he was in charge of them. So for those families, it might have been okay. I mean, you know, they were brought over here without their consent, and to be Sam Houston's slave must have been better than going to an owner or a family or a company, a business that did not care for these people. Sam Houston slaves were freed when he died. They did not continue to be slaves. They were free. He freed them. When he came down here to Huntsville to retire and die, he freed them, and then he gave them money. He paid them. He distributed his money to them, to these families, to these people. A lot of them got educated. So there's families here in the Houston area in Huntsville who came from Sam Houston's estate and got educated. The story says that they actually became well-educated people with the money he gave them. So there's a good start for these human beings to start a new life and have it paid by what I guess you can call their master, but you know, people. Who's grilling?
I was thinking of telling them to do that.
So pretty cool history about Sam Houston. Where are we? This is also, you know, Sam Houston did not support slavery. He was involved with slavery because it was the South. You know, it was part of life down here in the 1800s, early 1900s, because 30 years later, every slave was free. Abraham Lincoln signed the, what was it called, the Emancipation Proclamation or something like that, where basically Abraham Lincoln, the president of the United States, and Texas being part of the United States then, because once Texas was freed, once Sam Houston freed Texas from Mexico, 5 years later they joined the United States. But then the problem began, that the North did not want to own slaves and the South wanted to continue their lifestyle. And Sam Houston was kind of with the North. He was popular on the North. He was a politician of Tennessee also. So he didn't like that. And so anyways, when he came down here to Huntsville to retire, he said that slavery is gonna go away. You know, he proclaimed that slavery in this country was gonna go away, but it was gonna be painful. And by that he meant there was gonna be a war. At that time when he was saying these things, people thought, there's no way. How are we gonna fight each other? There's no way. You know, I mean, can you imagine right now, 2019, Texas going to war with New York or any other state or several states against this state? You know, it's unthinkable, but it really happened. It was a civil war. And even though General Lee surrendered, General Lee being kind of in charge of the southern group in the Civil War, and at that point slavery was pretty much over, and that's when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation that freed every slave in the United States. And I don't remember exactly the year, but I think it was 1867, 63-ish, somewhere in the 65-ish. 1860s is when all this went down, and every slave in the United States was free, was a normal human being like everyone else. And then Sam Houston also proclaimed before he died that it was gonna be very, very painful. And he kind of mentioned something related to a war, but also a leader was going to give his life for this. And it turned out that 5 days after the Emancipation Proclamation, as Abraham Lincoln sat in a theater with his wife watching a show, person, I don't remember his name, walked in that area, that balcony where he was at, and shot him in the head and killed the President of the United States, who had freed all the slaves. Yep. In case you didn't know, that's exactly what it took for everyone to understand that we are human beings and that you cannot own another human being. So all that went down. Started thinking about all that. I love history. I love the history of Texas, history of the United States, and it really touches me what this person's did for this country to be this super powerful nation we are today. It took some lives, and it continues to take lives. I mean, everyone who serves in the military, and many of them, thousands of them, don't get to come back to this beautiful country. They go overseas to a war, like in 2003, and Kuwait and all those wars, chasing this terrorists. It takes lives. It really takes lives of young men and women so that we can ride on this highway right here. If you look, yes, freely. If you look at this highway, we travel it for 1 hour. This trip we're taking from Huntsville to Houston is exactly 1 hour. And it's all done on beautiful, smooth concrete. It takes a government. It takes an organization. On top of that, it takes protection. What I mean by that is, if there was any kind of attack to this specific highway that I'm on right now, 45 North in the Houston area, the government will show up right now and shut down whoever the attacker is. It's the men and women that are willing to give their lives to protect us, to protect this nation, to protect this town. So it has always been like that. It has always been like that, and we ought to be appreciative, thankful for all those people. Now, it's not only men in government and in the armed forces. It's everywhere. You know, government officials that get together to build these highways, use our taxes wisely to build these beautiful highways, feeder lanes. Look at these signs, clearly marked signs, so that you can know where your exit is to your neighborhood. Look at the lighting. Look at the lighting on this highway. If you look at the poles up there, each one of those poles is probably $30,000. But guess what? If I get a flat right now, if my vehicle right now gets a flat, I can safely move over to the left or to the right, and I have plenty of light to take care of my family real quick, to take care of my vehicle and get them somewhere safe. But each one of those poles is $30,000, what most of our cars cost. And how many have we passed? About 100. It's millions of dollars. It's our tax money. So, you know, I never get mad when I get taxed. Yeah, we all know some of this tax money goes to corrupted people. Everybody knows that. But you know what? As long as you give me those lights and you give me this highway and a highway with shoulders so I can pull over and put my family to safety, I don't care what you do with the money. Just provide those beautiful signs. Look at those street signs. Look at those highway signs. Clean, clear as can be. We know we're in the woodlands because of that $20,000 sign up there. Yes, you paid for it. I paid for it. Citizens of this country, citizens of the state, citizens of the city, citizens of this county. Yeah. So you see, everyone is needed. Everyone has to play a part. So, very glad that Texas, the state, you know, I guess these highways are state highways, you know, that they use the money wisely. These are very, very nice ways of traveling. Because I can tell you that when Sam Houston himself traveled from Houston to Huntsville, do you think he traveled this smooth? No. These were trails, still dangerous trails with robbers and a few Indians still left around that could, you know, mistake you for someone and kill you through the woods that were here. It was trails, and if it been raining, it was muddy trails, and the wagon would get stuck, and the wagon wheel would break on the way from Houston to Huntsville. It wasn't easy. This 1 hour trip took the whole day. It was the whole day. Sam Houston would leave early in the morning, get on his wagon with all his people, and start heading down the trail towards Houston. And they would get there, they would start in the morning and get there at night. Yes, it was not easy. We enjoy this. Here I am just cruising along. I don't use cruise control. I'm kind of against cruise control. I know a lot of these vehicles have it, but I just don't find myself using that. But I'm cruising. I'm 64 miles an hour. We're cruising and enjoying the view. Of course, we are already in the commercial side of Houston. We've been for a while. And as I counted in the other video, it was 30 miles of nothing but businesses, storefronts, gas stations, hotels, storages, shops, malls, dealerships of RVs, cars, everything. Along this beautiful highway. Now we went from Houston to Huntsville. I wish we would have gone further, but it was a sudden trip we did. Today is Saturday. It is now 6:42 p.m. We left at 6 p.m. from Huntsville, so that means we've been on this highway for 42 minutes. This new camera we're using is doing great. It had stopped recording 22 minutes into the trip, and I was quickly able to turn it back on, and it's been on ever since, which is about to be another 22 minutes, so it could shut down here in a couple of minutes, but I'm gonna be ready to turn it back on, or my wife here will help me, because obviously I'm driving, but I have my co-pilot who already knows what to do in case we have to switch batteries on this camera. So what are we getting? 99, Highway 99 right here. Brother's house. Oh, are we invited?
Well, he said that only my mom and dad went, but since he had toilet, my mom that he has leftovers on 2 sticks. Because he wasn't gonna, he was just trying to see
We'll see. We gotta make sure we get to Houston. What I'll do in case we run out of battery, I'll probably pull over out of the highway, change the batteries, and then safely get back on. But so right there we had just passed Highway 99, and I'm going over, what is this? What's a big street? Right here we have Louetta, Cypresswood, Holdsworth. It's not only Texas that has these nice highways. It's all over the United States. That's what's beautiful. You can travel any state in the United States and you're traveling on nice highways like this. Obviously, I have not traveled the whole United States, but where I have been able to drive, it's been just like this, smooth ride. FM 1960, I think we just passed it. A Golden Corral on the left. I'm hungry. Wait, I thought you brought food.
I brought some snacks.
Like what kind?
Just grapes, orange.
And did we take care of them? Why don't we take care of them right now as we speak?
Genesis, can you get them up?
Oh, here's FM 1960.
Yeah, I brought oranges. You want one?
So, yes, we are getting to 1960, and the camera did stop recording at about 44 minutes. So, gotta check into that.
I think it's a setting.
It is. I think I remember seeing it. And I think I turned it off, but since I haven't used... Whoa, that's too fast. That car there just passed us at about 75 miles an hour. Speed limit is 65.
Hey, calm down.
There goes another one. License plate GT. Nah, I'm just kidding. Or maybe it's me. I'm driving too slow. Is 65 out of style anymore? Let's all do 75, since everybody's doing it. But you know what it is? I just remember. This is what happens when you start driving into Houston. It happens to me every time. When we go 59 south and we're coming in from the south, like this summer we went down to the border. We went to Padre Island. And so we're coming in and traffic is smooth and all. And as soon as we hit like that Westheimer area, man, people are passing us like 80 miles an hour. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. That's what we're seeing right now. Look at here. On our right and on our left, they're passing us up, and we're still doing 65. A while ago when we were out there, we were all doing 65. And as we're getting close to the city, people are breaking all kinds of rules. I believe we're getting close to 610. No, we gotta get close to Bellway 8 first. No. Did we pass Bellway 8?
I haven't even checked.
Well, look at big old lifted truck. Oh, never mind. He's got little wheels. Oh man, that's embarrassing.
Let him enjoy it.
Yeah, but it made me think that it was gonna be like super custom rims because he passed us up and he looked really high. He does have like a 12-inch lift on an F-250, but with puny stock tires and wheels. It looked funny.
Where are we going?
We're gonna get to downtown, and then from there we're gonna go to Beaumont. No, what is it? Liberty, Dayton. To your uncle's house.
Oh, we're going to your uncle's house.
No.
I think I'm gonna ask him if it's not too late because I might want to start.
Wait, why did you say we're going to go to your uncle's house? And then you said no.
Oh, because he hasn't answered, so I don't know if the invitation still stands.
He's been asking us.
Okay. Oh. It's starting to look pretty cool. We got 10 minutes to go. The camera is still recording. Other than that little glitch it has that every 22 minutes it stops recording. But if it makes it to downtown, I'm gonna be proud of this camera because I had never pushed it to 1 hour. I guess that's what it is. We've never recorded more than 22 minutes with it.
Yeah.
This camera here it's not actually like brand new, but we never use it. We bought it 2 years ago, and we used it. We did a couple of videos with it. It records beautiful. And then right now I figured, well, we're gonna drive at night. I want to get a real nice video, and so we have the option of this expensive camera, the Canon 80D. But that one, I know for sure it gets too hot if I try to record video because it's a professional photo camera, and it records super beautiful videos, but I think it's only 17 minutes. So I can't do that. And then I remember the little sister, this is a Canon XP7. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of this camera.
It's 80 something.
No, X7, XD7 or X7.
Been a long time.
No, we haven't used this. Oh, it's this camera. What's his name? Batteries about tonight. Can you?
Oh, the camera. The batteries.
Battery. All right, we're back. We just crossed Beltway 45, headed south into Houston. And it'll be about 5 minutes. We'll get to downtown. And let's see, today's Saturday. We could do a Saturday night downtown video, or you want to go to your brother? Okay, let's do a Saturday night downtown video, because some of the other downtown videos we did, it was like on a Sunday when nobody's there, and people think that there's no life in downtown. Now obviously we're gonna do weekday video downtown, which is very, very hectic, but we're gonna do that soon. For right now, it'll be a separate video. Downtown, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Well, it's 6:56 right now. But we'll get to downtown at 7 p.m. And then we're gonna drive around. Obviously, Maine and the downtown aquarium are some of the hottest parts, and then you have Hot Rock Cafe, Discovery Green, the Hilton Hotel. You know, pretty hot areas. Then on the east side of downtown, you got all those clubs. You got all those areas where a lot of photographers come out. There's a lot of nice art on the walls of a lot of these buildings on the east side, graffiti style art. So it's a cool place to hang out. A lot of people are moving downtown. There is a lot of apartments available. There's a lady that follows me on Instagram who is a realtor, and man, she's got apartments for $1,000 and even under $1,000 downtown. I'm like, no way. She says she can do it. I don't know. Of course, we're talking laws, like one-bed apartments. We're stopping downtown Houston. Get the nuggets. Oh, Mexican food?
What do you feel like having?
Me? I eat anything. No. Let me take that back. There's a lot of seafood that I don't touch. Look how fast people drive. Yeah. We're still doing our cute little 65 miles an hour. And people start getting wilder and wilder. Look, traffic's coming to a stop now because somebody bumped into somebody. Obviously. And this is at Shepherd Drive. I believe we're getting close to 610 now. Parker.
Where are we gonna eat?
Parker Road. Somewhere safe. Lesionado.
Genesis,
Vida Sabina.
you feel like having Mexican or what? Taquitos.
You know, there's a lot of party buses. I think we should include those in our business. What business? We don't have a business. But you know when you know something's gonna happen in your future, like you're just like sure it's your future. Is buses. I think that's it. We're gonna end up running buses.
That sounds about right.
I mean, what kind of human being has 2 buses in his driveway? And I not even know like why.
Just because.
I mean, I'm not trying to sound, crazy, but number one reason is because I love buses and we enjoy riding around and taking people places. So it's like, wait a minute. So there's a lot of business in the charter style of businesses. You know, there's a lot of business here. The artist tour buses, where you take artists on their tours. Man, I look at people that do that and how the company, the owners, they love their drivers, because the drivers is the business. I mean, that driver takes that artist all over the country, and the company owner must take care of the driver like family, because it's his business. That driver and the bus together are representing the soul and heart of his business. And I love that. I love, hey, look at all the lights over here. This is Gallery Furniture.
Today.
They got a lot of Christmas lights. Hey guys, look at the Christmas lights. Or Christmas trees. What is it?
Yeah, the trees.
LED trees. Wow. Dude, that there is awesome. Gallery Furniture looks like a Disney World. We're gonna have to come check it out.
I remember we came when we were so young. When we were first, I think we were trying to buy a bedroom set, or I can't remember.
Yeah, it was bedroom set.
And we walked in there. We were like what? 18.
Yeah.
And
Hey, let me have a cup or something.
there's water right here.
No, I need to. Like a paper cup or something.
There's a bag.
Yeah, it's trash, right?
And we
Oh,
were-
Gallery Furniture?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so expensive.
You didn't bring cookies?
No.
So we are about 5 minutes away. I thought we were, well, we would have been downtown by now, but now we're traveling 40 miles an hour. Because traffic, as we get close to downtown, it's getting heavier and heavier. We're going over Cross Timbers here in a minute. So we're in the north side of Houston. There's the Fiesta on the left, which is Airline Drive.
Do you think CC's is closed?
No, I don't feel like that. Mom, siempre que pasó, mi tía pudo agarrar el dinero.
Look, it says Houston Zoo event.
Sí, luego ahí cuando le dijo
That's the Christmas lights, huh?
mi abuelito que me habló así, porque es que no le contestaba yo porque yo estaba hablando con customer service para agregarle el nombre nomás, y ya me dijo que ahora sí dile que ya vaya.
This is where we're getting close to 16.
Bueno, ahí luego me da el dinero. ¿Ves?
Hey, what is he puffing about? Somebody check him.
¿Qué tiene? Venimos de andamos en Huntsville.
That he's what?
He just said that he farted.
Oh,
Sí, es que fuimos a ver a la estatua de San Houston.
no, he's gonna make us stop.
Okay, Joseph. You
He says
okay?
he farted.
Oh, he's okay.
No, he's not. Y'all not listening to him.
Yes, we are. I asked him. Do you have
Why
to
are you
pee?
breathing?
Do you have to pee, Papa? Joseph? Do you have to pee?
What did you say? He's smelling. He says he
Oh,
smells
he's
something.
smelling.
Okay.
Okay. No, sí, es que veí como que estaba haciendo ruido. Bueno, pues. Bye.
Okay, I thought he was gonna tell us that he had to go to the restroom or something. Well, I'm gonna stay in this lane because I have a feeling he continues doing it.
So what is it gonna be?
I think I see a problem. There's a car ahead with its emergency lights on. So we're going over 610. This is the exit to 610. Lots of traffic. Saturday night, 7:07 p.m.
Solo que vayamos a Chili's.
And we're starting to see the skyline. Downtown Houston.
Go to Chili's.
We just passed 610. We should be getting close to Maine. Here's Cavalcade and Patton. Exit right there. And these beautiful buildings downtown. You can see them in the background here.
Let me ask Siri if there's a Chili's in downtown. Siri, is there a Chili's in downtown?
Mom asked if there's Chili's near me.
Siri, is there a Chili's near me?
Yes, in your bag.
That's look. Katie Freeway. Where is that? Oh, yeah. It's right there on I-10. Look, it's right next, close to it.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You want to go there?
We'll see. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
You want to go there to Chili's? Yeah.
So this is that part of
Take 10 West San Antonio.
45 that kind of goes like underground, and the streets kind of cross over. It's got walls on the side actually. It's I believe it's Maine that goes over it. Every time there's accidents here because it gets kind of dark and then bright again.
Take 10 San.
No, I'm going downtown real quick. So downtown, right here on the left. You know, a lot of that traffic was 610 and not so much downtown. I thought it was downtown traffic. Now we're kind of by ourselves here. But look at downtown. Oh man, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Dallas Piers. I'm thinking. I want to find downtown. Oh, here it is. Downtown destination on the left. over here with the blue lights on top is the University of Houston downtown. And this is the University of Houston. Oh, I'm gonna fix my camera. Okay. And we are in this beautiful downtown. Look at that. That's beautiful. The Bayou.
They have a walkway and lights, like pathways.
Yeah, down here. Here's the Bayou. Oh, I know. Let's do this. All right, so we're in Houston. We're gonna stop this video here and then we'll do another downtown video next. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch downtown, watch the other video. Thank you very much.